Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike from Six Psyche. In today's video, we wanted to share with you what we believe to be one of the best online fish stores. And before we get started, I've got to say, we are in no way sponsored or affiliated with this company. Just want to share our personal experience, be it visiting with the staff, touring the facility, or ordering our fish online. Our experience with Imperial Tropicals has been phenomenal. So if you're ready for some cichlid therapy, then let's get to it. A couple of weeks ago, I was lucky enough to have had the ability to travel to Tampa, Florida to see a buddy of mine. This trip was unplanned and last minute, and I was only in town for a few days. Like all of my other trips, I got down there and one of the first things that I did was Google local fish stores. Being in Central Florida, I was under the impression that I'd have tons of options. Surprisingly, there weren't very many freshwater tropical fish stores close to the area that I was in. What did immediately pop up was Imperial Tropicals. I looked at their hours of operation online, saw that they were open from 8 to 3, and told myself I'll go first thing in the morning, and that's exactly what I did. It was about an hour drive from my hotel, and outside of seeing pictures online, I had no idea what I was getting into. When I first turned into the property, I definitely felt as though I'd made a wrong turn into a small housing community, but I trusted my phone's navigation and continued to the X. And there it was, a huge 20-acre farm with hundreds of ponds, a few greenhouses with breeding vats, and a warehouse facility with countless aquariums totaling over 35,000 gallons of water. As soon as I pulled up, I was politely greeted by one of the employees, Zach, who asked how he might help me. I told him I was in town for a couple days, and because the opportunity had presented itself, would love to tour the facility if able. He told me that normally, they do provide tours or the opportunity for locals to pick up their fish ordered online, but it was done by appointment only. So he took me inside to set up an appointment, and it was then that I met the owner, Mike Draughty. We had a brief conversation, but he made it a point to make me feel welcomed, and he and Zach agreed to allow me a quick walkthrough that day and allow me to purchase some swag. So Zach and I set up an appointment for the following morning, and I couldn't wait. The next day I went, and I knew if there were fish that stuck out and would be good fits for either my or Will's aquarium, that I was going to spend a little bit of money. Will had an idea of what he wanted, so he texted me what he was looking for, and I knew we were going to have no problem finding something. As soon as I walked in, another employee, Carly, immediately greeted me saying, "Are you our 1030?" I said yes, and she said, "Great, where would you like to start?" I let her know up front, cichlids. So we started with the African cichlids, and let me tell you, she was awesome. As expected, she was extremely knowledgeable, and we shared some great experiences and conversation. She also carried an iPad with her, and when I saw something that I liked, she'd make note. We walked around for about 45 minutes, and each and every aquarium containing fish to be sold was immaculate, which was great to see in person because it gave me perspective on the whole online ordering process and furthered my trust in continuing to order my fish online through them. If you didn't see our last video in the upper right hand corner, we'll unbox several fish, and we have the comfort and confidence to drop and pop those fish right into our aquariums. I will say that if you've got a quarantine tank with space available, it's always good practice to quarantine before introducing new fish. But in this case, my quarantine tank was occupied, and I've had great success in the past with Imperial and the health of their fish. When Carly and I finished with our tour, I had the pleasure of speaking with the owner, Mike Draughty, again. And this time, we talked for about 15-20 minutes, sharing experience and future plans that we both had in the hobby. I let him know that Will and I were two veterans that had just started a YouTube channel, and although we didn't have a very large following, wanted his permission to use the video recorder during my tour. He was more than accommodating, and I was very thankful for his blessing. Not only is business with this company done right in every way, for both Will and I, it also helped knowing that this is a veteran-owned and operated company. And for us, spending money that goes into the pockets of one of our own is extremely gratifying. I hope that you all enjoyed today's video, and if you haven't bought fish online before and are on the fence about its efficiency, go ahead and give them a shot. You will not be disappointed. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and until next time, be safe.